All right, welcome back to once again another episode of Nourie's Niche, where we're going to work on some real basic fundamental tricks for all ages of riders that want to learn some simple, fundamental, and easy tricks. Because flatland is crazy these days. It's absolutely amazing. I'm going to the Circle of Balance in a couple weeks in New Orleans. If you're in the area, if you have any chance of going, I would highly recommend it. I'm not sure if there's still tickets ready, but maybe I'll put the link in this video. There probably is still tickets, but I don't know for sure. But it's got 16 of some of the top riders in the world, and it's just the ultimate rock concert, so to speak, for flatland. And yeah, so flatland in general can be pretty intimidating. So the series that I'm doing here on Nourie's Niche is just giving you some real simple tricks that can be learned in a short amount of time that you can then build on and build your confidence, build your ability to go perform, go to a jam, go to a contest, and then ultimately my desire is to help grow the sport. So another beautiful day here in Southern Oregon. Yes, it is December, but it sure doesn't feel like it. It's really nice weather, so can't complain there. And I posted something the other day asking people what their first trick was, and I got several responses, so thank you for the response. And the one that I picked was from William. William wrote us that he said he did a fork wheelie, and I realized I already covered the steamroller, which is a forward, it's basically a forward um, fork wheelie, and I didn't do the fork wheelie first. So a little bit of backtracking, but that's just how it goes. And that's kind of why I wanted to put out there to find out what other riders had first learned, and then maybe I can make sure that cover that, because I did a rock walk, which I think I talked about. That was my first real trick. Apart from wheelies and just jumping and bunny hop, rock walk was my first trick. Some other ones were peg spin on the back wheel. Someone else had a track stand, which we've already covered, front hops, back hops. So I'll try to cover some of those as the days go on. But today, our trick is going to be the fork wheelie. And like I usually do, I'll do it a couple different times. I do have a new camera now because I have a new phone. It's a little bit wider shot, so that's kind of nice. Hopefully the video looks a little bit better as well. And I'm going to be able to do a little bit more. I've actually even bought another device that's going to track me, so hopefully I can start to do longer rolling tricks. So today's trick, the fork wheelie. I always start, well, not always, but 99% of my tricks that I do are on the left side of the bike. So I take my right leg and I put it on the left rear peg. I put my left foot on the front left peg, and I'm just going to tap the brake and then push it off like that, and then lift up like so. I think I might have gone out of the shot a little bit, so let me try it again. I'll start a little bit closer. So the fork wheelie, I'm going to just go on the front peg, tap the brake, pull, and then I'm going to lean back and just coast it like so. It's honestly a trick that I don't really know if I did ever. Maybe learn this trick. Let's go the other direction just to see if we get a better angle. But I don't know. I can't really remember doing this trick much. But I do teach it in my classes. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly do like a 180 and then kick, and then shift my weight over, then lift up, use my leg to counter balance. And that's the fork wheelie. So pretty basic, right? Doesn't look too intimidating, I hope. I think you could learn this in a couple sessions probably. So depending on where you're at, but let's say you are just learning to do that first part. What I tell people is just when you go into, I do tap with brake. You don't need to use the brake. Let me see what happens if I don't use the brake. No, you don't need to use the brake. I'm just in the habit, always running brakes. So if you tap the brake, it's going to make it a little easier in my opinion. If you don't tap the brake, you just are really putting your weight a lot over the front wheel in order to turn and kick the tire. So that's the first step, is you're just going to learn to, you can even just start by rolling like so, put there, and go like that. Just do that over and over until you feel real comfortable kicking it around and rolling backwards in this position. And again, I've talked about this before, but notice how much I shift my weight over the front wheel, shifting my weight, head's almost back to where the seat is. And that enables you, because if I'm trying to do it like this, there's no way I could do it if I'm standing back. Just not going to have the balance point. So it's going to be a lot easier when you're leaning over like that. And I'm using, oh, that's a good thing to note. I'm going to turn this way. When I'm doing it, I'm doing a lot of this kind of thing. So that with my bars going back and forth, my leg going up and down and side to side. So it's all those counterbalance. So once you do that, then let's just say step 2 is you're just gonna, you've learned to roll this. Now you're gonna grab the seat and you're just gonna lean back a little bit to lift it up. So in order to do that, go a little bit faster than I was, and like so. Set it down, and then I come out of it like that. I just come grab the brake, put my foot right there by the seat post, pivot, and then come out. So that's really the 3 steps. First one, practice turning. And one of the things that can help with that is make sure that you are committing to that turn. So if you only go a little bit, it might wash out really easily and like slam and hit your shin. But you see, I had these cool pads, deco pads, so if it hit my shin, it wouldn't even hurt. Fancy, huh? Anyhow, I would say really commit to a full 180. Make sure that you're all the way 180 when you kick it around. And how I do that is partly tapping the brake, and I push off my foot from that peg. I push off like that. And at the same time, I'm leaning my weight over the front. If I don't leave my weight over the front, it would look something like this. Let's see. I'm trying not to do that. I lean my weight back. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to pull it if I didn't lean over the front. So that first step, making sure your weight's way over the front, like that. Second step, just get used to coasting, and then lean back with, oh, let's see, not really lean back. Lean forward and pull with your seat and lift your leg up. So the counterbalance is your leg and the bike. Third step is just let it come around. I slowly grab the brake and I stop in that position. It's like the trick saver. I think that's what they used to call it. And then pivot out and then ride out like that. So that's it. I'd like to see if someone gets that down in the next week. Maybe shoot me a quick little text or a message. Let me know how long it took you. And then you can do variations from there, maybe one-handed. Like I said earlier, I don't really remember doing that trick very much, but I do teach it because I think it's a good fundamental and a good practice for a front wheel rolling trick. So I think that's it for today. Thanks again for watching, and I'll keep these coming. Please send me any messages if you have something you want to share or an idea that you want me to do in the next episode. All right, have a good one.